listening to The Small Bites. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. We're sponsored today by Joe's Underground at 144 8th Street in Augusta, Georgia, down in the basement of the Lamar Building. Now sit back, listen to the randomness that just goes through my head. Don't forget, enjoy The Small Bites. Hey, y'all, welcome to the show today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about hot food. Remember when you were a kid, somebody said something had some chili powder in it or a little bit of jalapeno in it. Man, that was hot. That was just, that was hell on earth. But you're just so tickled you got to eat jalapenos. Oh, yeah. That used to do it for me. I used to love jalapenos and, okay, I'm good. But now, over the years, I've developed a taste for a lot hotter things. They came out with a ghost pepper, and everybody thought, this is the end. It'll never get hotter than this. I mean, this thing will melt steel. And the ghost pepper is hot, definitely. It's pretty bad. But you still travel on and eat the ghost pepper. Then they came out with one called the Carolina Reaper, made by a guy in Rock Hill, South Carolina, named Smoking Ed Curry. He's developed a lot of good peppers, and the Carolina Reaper was 2.2 million Scoville units. That's how they measure heat. And I think a jalapeno is 2,000 Scoville units. If you ever cut up peppers and touched your eye afterwards accidentally, that jalapeno feels like lava. So imagine a Carolina Reaper. But Mr. Curry has developed another pepper called Pepper X. Now, it's 3.18 million Scoville units. 3.18 million is the last number that I saw. Man, that's hot. I recently did a thing, last few years they had this thing called the One Chip Challenge, which was a tortilla chip. One looked like a Dorito, but it was coated in, some of the hot stuff and the Carolina Reaper powder, things like that. And the thing was to eat it and chew it for 30 seconds and not drink anything. Okay, I didn't get on that, didn't get it fast enough, and last time I saw it, it was on Amazon for about $80 for one chip. Y'all know me, y'all know I'm cheap. So, yeah, we're not doing that. But they came out with a thing called a Death Nut Challenge. And a friend of mine named Tommy decided to make me and Blake Harrison put our money where our mouth is and bought us each the Death Nut Challenge. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I went down to Thompson for the weekend, and sure enough, we went on ahead and did the Death Nut Challenge. And I'm going to tell you, boys, that's hot. What it is 5 sets of peanuts. There's like 3 peanuts in each level. The first level has a little bit of Reaper powder on it. It's fairly hot. I mean, a normal person wouldn't want to eat it. You're supposed to chew them up for 30 seconds and, swallow it. And you can't have anything to drink between the nuts. That just sounded horrible, but that's okay. It's still funny. Well, we did that one. The second one has a little bit of ghost pepper and some other kind of pepper stuff on it. A little bit hotter. Third one, same way. Now, none of these peanuts so far were a joke. They were all pretty hot, but nothing we couldn't stand. And now the fourth peanut, it decided to go ahead and bring a little bit of the pain to us. It got hot. It made you start saying things what wasn't in the Bible. Now the fifth peanut was called the Death Nut. Now I can tell that I'm getting old because for me, at this age, the Death Nut Challenge is trying to have sex for 5 minutes without having a heart attack. But this thing, I remember when I was a kid, we would get the burnt peanuts candies. That basically a peanut with this sugar all over the outside melted, and it looked like a burned peanut, but they were great. The Pepper X was so thick on this thing, it looked like one of those. And I tell you, we ate them. It was me, Blake Harrison, and our buddy Candido Wilson. We split one of them. We kind of cheated. Each of us had 1 peanut of each instead of chewing up 3 of each, which probably would have killed any normal people. But we're not normal, so it works out. And I tell you, I got to give a big shout out to my boy Candido because Me and Blake are used to doing this kind of stupid stuff and eating this stupid stuff that's hot. Candido don't. But he sat there with us, and he went to max. He matched us, bite for bite. Did great. That fifth one, that death nut, man, I'm pretty sure you could weld with that thing. Now, I mentioned never touching the eyes when you do these things. Always wash your hands good. Even with hot wings. A little side note, I went to Milledgeville several years ago on the ambulance with a friend of mine. We were on the truck, and we stopped at a place called The Brick, and they have what they call porno wings. I don't know if they still have them or not, but basically each cook in the kitchen puts something different hot in the sauce. First time I've ever had to sign a release to eat anything, which that was pretty cool, okay. Well, if you ate 10 of them within like 30 minutes, you get a t-shirt. And I'm a sucker for a free t-shirt. Y'all have figured that out. Well, I wound up, I ordered them. And I made it through 2 of them. The third one I couldn't even look at. That was the hottest thing I'd ever had at the time. Now I could probably deal with them. But okay, fast forward a little while. I go by Walmart to get me a check cashed. And before I went into the bank in Walmart, I went to the bathroom. Now, I had washed my hands, but apparently not thoroughly enough. Remember when I talked about not touching the eyes? You don't want to go to the bathroom till you've washed your hands about 40 times. Because it ain't a pleasant feeling. It lights your little fuse on fire. But I was standing there in line at the bank, and all of a sudden it started hitting, and I didn't realize it. And I started shifting, and my buddy looked at me and started giggling because he kind of figured it out quick. And I said, I got to go. I went back to the bathroom, and I was just going to get me some paper towels, wet them, and go in the stall and do what I had to. And, of course, every stall in that Walmart bathroom was full and locked, and everybody was sitting down. I'm not proud of it. I went over to the Walmart bathroom sink and hiked my leg up and washed my boys off in a Walmart sink. Not proud of it, but I learned a valuable lesson that day. You wash your hands after you handle anything hot several times. I'm proud of my boys for completing this challenge with me. We had a great time doing it. Had some other folks from school who were with us that, they're a little bit, I don't really know what to call it. I hate to use the word pussies, but I will. They know who they are. But they were there to support us, and basically they were there to watch us cry if we were going to. But I think Blake might have had some tears. It wasn't crying. It was just involuntary, but we had a good time doing it. And we're going to do some more eating challenges like that. Y'all just kind of hang out and listen, and we'll live stream some of the video. Once I get my video channel up on YouTube, then we'll post some of them too. I want y'all to subscribe to it and subscribe to this podcast. And, if you have any kind of ideas for a Small Bites episode, or even an idea for a longer Smoke to Meat episode, just send me a direct message on Brad's Comedy on yahoo.com. Not yahoo.com. I'm a moron. On Facebook, it's Brad's Comedy. And I'll see what we can do. It don't have to be anything serious. The stupider the better. I'm telling you, if y'all ain't figured it out right by now, I'm pretty much going to talk about anything. But this weekend, I'm going to go to Joe's Underground. It's First Friday Comedy. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to record there. Going to try and live stream some. So everybody come on out. Have a great time at Joe's Friday night. And have some laughs, have some drinks, have some food, and meet some good friends. I want to thank Joe's for helping sponsor this podcast. They sponsor everyone, and we love them for it. Thanks to Jeremy and the gang down there at Joe's. We'll see you then. But until then, you remember, you enjoy the small bites.